Hello Internet, welcome to another unboxing video by Know Your Role Entertainment. My name is Bevan and today we're going to be looking at unboxing Oath. Oath is made by Leader Games. It's their 2021 release and it's made by the same creative team that did Root back in 2019. The games are very different, but they share kind of a similar art style, which is what pulled me towards the game in the first place. Let's open up and see what we've got inside the box. Okay, so this is the Oath box. Again, it's made by Cole Werrell and Kyle Farron. I apologize if I screw those names up. And first off, you can see Kyle's artwork. Again, just like his previous game, Root. Very colorful, kind of a simplistic art style, but you can convey a lot of information, a lot of messaging. One of the other things that I noticed about the box is it is a bit thinner than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a thicker box. It is a bit bigger, but it's very dense. It's a heavy box compared to some of the other games out there. So let's go ahead and open up the lid. Put that to the side. Alrighty. So, just like Root, this is a thing that Leader Games does a lot. They have their actual rulebook, the Law. This one was published in October of 2020. You may see updates as they go along. And this is the one that is the actual hard rules. So, when you're looking for a specific rule, look in this book. But then they have the playbook. And of course, read me first. And the playbook often has, and yep, it looks like it's the same thing here, very colorful showings of all the parts, instructions on how to learn and teach Oath, full breakdowns, and it goes through and it tells you everything that you need to know to get the game started as fast as possible. It also has walkthroughs for each of the Exile, so you can play a few hands being guided by the game. Very important for all Leader games. It does help with teaching. It's got a couple of other stuff here. Okay, so the game does come with a AI ability, and it looks like this is the AI's main logic circuit, so it shows everything that it tries to do. And it's got a couple of card references. I do like these card references. We're seeing very open, very clean-cut demonstrations of what the cards look like, what suits they have, all the modifiers, everything is on here. It's nice, it's clean, it's consistent. These will be very helpful. It's always nice to have two of them, one on each side of the table. And it looks like these are the extra instructions for the Clockwork Prince. So this is the Clockwork Prince stuff, and I think this is how you set the board put away. Yeah, okay. So this is instructions on how to clean up the game after you play. Punch board. Looks like I got punch board 2 first. Nice, clean punch boards. I do like how it uses the negative space to actually say what each of these punch board pieces are. That's very nice. You usually don't see that, so sometimes you have to reference in the instruction manuals on what they're supposed to be. I also like that these punches are strictly to separate the cards when you're putting the game away so that you know how you've set it up for the next time. It's always good. Favor tokens, secret tokens, a nice big board here that tells some citizenship stuff. If you have the Kickstarter version, you also have these favor tokens are in metal, and then the secret tokens, I believe, are wooden blocks, which is pretty cool. Okay, so after the tokens, we have our player boards. At the top is the Chancellor. From what I understand of the game, I haven't read all the rules yet, but the Chancellor is the main asymmetrical person in this game. The Chancellor is determined at the beginning of the game, and they kind of have different rule set compared to everybody else. I like the cardstock of these. They're nice and thick. Would have liked a dual layer, but I also see that there's not a huge number of spots for tokens, so dual layer isn't necessary. That's very nice. And then on the other hand, it looks like the Clockwork Prince stuff. So, Chancellor, main character of the game, very important. Everybody else are the Exiles. So the Exiles are the main players. You start as an Exile, but the Chancellor, if I remember correctly, yes, okay. So the Chancellor can turn you into a citizen. Citizens play a little bit differently. They're basically trying to help the Chancellor play, but also do their own secret goals. I do like how the artwork is here, and I also like how the artwork changes whether or not you are an exile or whether you are a citizen. So that makes a lot of sense, and it's really cool. I'm just a big, huge fan of Kyle's artwork. And this part is the coolest part. Now, I've already kind of looked at this already, but this here. So most games come with a cardboard board. This one actually comes with a neoprene mat. Normally you have to pay extra for these, and you get them as a separate piece, and then you have to store them separately. In this particular case, Oath decided to make it kind of that extra deluxe touch and make a lovely map here. It is kind of big, so, you know, table presence is going to be important. I would say it's about 3 feet long. And I kind of have to scroll it past the camera here so you can see everything. Now, one thing I do note is all of the text is lined up in one particular direction. My recommendation, and I've heard this from other players as well, is when you've got the board set up and you've got cards and everything on it and everything's oriented so it's readable from this side of the board, maybe have the more experienced players on this side of the board, or at the very least the ones who are more experienced at reading cards upside down. So let me roll this back up really quick. Gonna roll it nice and tight so it'll go back in the box. Otherwise it'll have to go with all my other mats. Alrighty. Alright, let's see what else we got in here. We got a world box, obviously something to do with the setup and teardown of the game. Some dice. Looks like there's 3 dice types. The orange ones look like attack dice, and they have various sword symbols. The blue ones are defense dice. Oh, that's a defense ×2. That would be pretty powerful in the game. And it also looks like they have the 1 purple dice. Those are the colors of the Chancellor, if I believe. So that probably has something to do with his particular character. Or hers, if the Chancellor happens to be played by a lady. We have some cards. Nice back on them. Okay. Kyle, your artwork is amazing. Alright, so take a look at this card, the Rowdy Pub. I mean, there's a story in just that one image. I mean, this purple dude's socking this yellow guy, but this green gal's about to hit him with a stool. I'd love to be sitting in the corner and figuring out what's going on. Beast Tamer. That looks like... That's a little creepy, actually. I'm not a huge fan of non-pupil eyes. It's a little thing. The only good one that I've ever seen do that kind of stuff is Batman. Wild Allies. I kind of, part of me wants to open these and show you all the cards, but I know that the way that the game is set up, they kind of have it, you see how they've got these packets set up. They want you to open it up and play it very specifically at the beginning to make sure that you understand the rules. But Wizard School. It's 3 wizards just shooting lightning into the sky. It's pretty cool. And then this smaller one, packet C, looks like equipment. It's a dragon skin drum. I wonder what that sounds like. Alright, so after the cards, looks like, well, let's take a peek at these extra cards here. These are the location cards. They're labeled as Packet A, so I'm guessing that they're specifically set up. But I do love this location card. So one of the great things about Kyle Ferrin's artwork is it's very simplistic, but it conveys a story. I mean, this place is called The Hidden Place. Okay. It's in a forest grove. Cool. Is it ruins? Is it active? What's going on? I don't know. I kind of want to visit. I want to see what's going on there. I don't know what any of the symbols means on there, but that's what reading the rules are. But just the art is conveying a sense of, I want to go there. I want to do something. Pretty cool. And then the big bag of pieces. So if this is anything like Root, yes, okay. So the pieces are made out of wood. Looks like there is, so you got your main character piece. You got that guy right there. And then it looks like a bunch of banners or something. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Well, a slight disappointment. I was kind of hoping that the screen printing on these was going to be on both sides of the token. It looks like it's only on one side of each token. It's fine. It's not a problem. I just, if they had gone the extra mile and done the screen printing on the second side, I kind of hope that that's not a Kickstarter thing that I might have missed. But so you got Black Team. Orange Team, those foxes that we showed before. Oh, this is the Chancellor. So the Chancellor is a bit bigger piece. He's got the crown on him, and he's got this cool mask. White Team. Looks like a very angry rabbit. Yellow Team. Not sure what that is. I'll have to check the player card. And then Blue Team. And he's just an eyeball in the dark. So, not sure which team is my favorite. I don't think that they necessarily change. Root, every single group was completely different. I think most of these are the same. You've got the Chancellor, and then you kind of got everybody else. Some more tokens. Probably going to parse these circular ones out so that they're with the respective teams. Not sure what those are. Once I read the rules, I'll figure out where to store those. And then, of course, it's got extra baggies because the sealable bags of all the tokens, once they open, you got to put them in baggies. And then finally, it's got a little extra tray in here. This extra tray, obviously, is supposed to hold probably the coin tokens and the secrets tokens and maybe a couple other things. It's nice that it's a separate tray that's easily separatable. You pull it out, you put it on the table, and you begin playing. Overall, the insert feels pretty strong and stable. It's nice, solid plastic versus some of the other ones that you've seen. I'm not a huge fan of the purplish, pinkish color, but, it will serve its purpose. And that's pretty much everything that's in the core box. Again, for such a small box, this is pretty hefty. I can see most of the weight, though, is the mats. Neoprene mats tend to be a little bit heavier. Yeah, you got plenty of wooden tokens, plenty of dice, plenty of cardboard tokens. It certainly is enough to get a very interesting game going. Well, everyone, that was my unboxing for Oath by Leader Games. Again, fantastic quality levels. Don't expect anything less from them. Their stuff with Root is amazing. Their stuff with Oath is amazing. I especially love the fact that there is that neoprene mat instead of a traditional cardboard for the board itself. That is a huge plus for me. I also loved how all the components looked very, very solid. Again, kind of wish that there was that screen printing on both sides, but it's not strictly necessary. The artwork is fantastic, and I'm just so looking forward to get this on the table. We'll hopefully see how it plays. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Very much appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys again next time. Thanks again, and have a great day. Thanks again for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts by commenting below. If you liked what you saw and would like to see more, I'd appreciate the gesture of giving me a like and a subscribe. If you have suggestions for future videos, please let me know. And again, thanks for watching. May your table always be graced with a game, and always remember,